Hey, what's up YouTube? It's abluegolfball here today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today I have for you guys a Metagross deck, and this deck was mostly requested and kind of brought to you guys by Pablo Rafael. He sent me a personal message. He also messaged me a couple times. I know a lot of you guys make these deck requests, and definitely continue to do the hashtag build this deck please. And I've seen some other folks request for the Metagross here from Ancient Origins with the Machine Gun Stomp, and I've certainly seen other deck builds and different variations of this guy, but I have yet to showcase this card on my channel, and so I thought, you know what, hey, Pablo has made this request, and he sent me a deck list as well. Of course, this isn't the exact same deck list as his, but I definitely appreciate you know, your a lot of you guys suggesting this deck, and also for Pablo suggesting this deck as well. And I looked at his deck list, and I did like it, and I did tweak a little bit here and there, but the majority is kind of a skeletal framework of his. So we have here Metagross, the 150 HP Metal-type Pokemon. It's got the attack Machine Gun Stomp, which we're going to be focusing on. This attack does 10 more damage for each card in your hand. Assuming you have 10 cards in your hand, you're going to be doing 10 more damage. That's 100 damage plus the base 20 right there. You're going to be hitting for 120. And then you have the Ancient trait here that can have up to 2 Pokemon Tool cards attached to this Metagross. And if we're able to pull off with at least 1 Muscle Band, if not 2, that's another bonus damage right there. Now, this guy does have 4 retreat. We are weak to fire, and we have psychic resistance. Hopefully, we don't run into any fire decks, because we really don't have any other attackers here. We could have used Miltank as an attacker, but I just thought, you know what, let's just focus on Metagross the whole way. Of course, we could run into some psychic decks, but, you know, that resistance, sure, why not? You know, it's a metal type. Anyways, this is it. It's going to be the main attacker. We're going to be running a 2-2 line of Slurpuff here with Tasting. The ability here, once during your turn before attack, you can draw a card. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you can draw 1 more card. So we'll take advantage of that. We have Deoxys, the 110 HP Psychic Pokemon with Close Encounter. If you go first, you can use this attack on your first turn. You can draw 2 cards. Great! Alright, that's it for the Pokemon line. Pretty short, sweet, and simple. Let's take a look at the item cards and whatnot. We have Energy Retrieval here. In the scenario where you have some energies in your discard pile, you can play Energy Retrieval and get some more resources back. Also be able to basically trade one card for 2, right? You know, trade this Energy Retrieval, get 2 cards from your discard pile. So you can kind of boost up your hand size a little bit there using Energy Retrieval. We do have Professor's Letter, basically the opposite of that, pulling 2 energies from your deck instead of your discard pile, also increasing your hand size. We have Rare Candy here, 3 of these to be able to accelerate the evolution line. 4 roller skates, kind of a risky move here, because if you flip tails, you kind of just burn a card, and that's 10 damage that you miss out on, but I think the risk is worth it, and so we're going to be playing 4 of these. Hopefully we can draw into 3 more cards, and then we have Sacred Ash here in case we are running low, or it could work very well when we kind of draw out our deck, and we have Pokemon in the discard pile. We can use Sacred Ash to refill and replenish some of our resources. We have Switch here as well, because we have heavy Pokemon. The only heavy Pokemon is Metagross, but Trainer's Mail, 2 of these, and then we have Seeker, 4 of these, and that's it for the item cards. We have AZ here. You never know when you're in a pickle and you need to pick something up and get rid of it, all those damage counters. Yeah, I mean, you know, AZ is pretty much a staple in most decks. We have Hex Maniac here in scenarios where you're running against a Violet Plume. Maybe you're going to need to play Hex Maniac to kind of cancel their ability. Perhaps works very well against, you know, Shaman EX and things like that as well. So we have the only 1 Lysander here. We have 2 Pokemon fan clubs. Be able to get some more Pokemon onto our bench right away. And then we have the teammates here, because you never know when something gets knocked out like Deoxys, and then you can use teammates to find that rare candy. We also have Tyrannol, a card that you don't think will show up, but he does. Tyrannol here, draw 3 extra cards, and that's pretty sweet for a supporter that doesn't get too much play, but works pretty well in this deck. We have Fairy Garden here. Each Pokemon that has any fairy energy to it, both yours and your opponent, have no retreat cost. So this is going to be a pseudo Floatstone for us, because Floatstone does not exist, and in the scenario where your Deoxys does get knocked out, if you have a Slurpuff, you can just have Slurpuff advance to the active spot, and with Fairy Garden, and just a single energy on the Slurpuff, you can draw into 2 more cards and then retreat into your Metagross, or etc. scenarios like that. We have Lucky Helmet for sure. This is going to be a card that would have great synergy with this deck. Taking a hit for us, either through Deoxys or even Slurpuff taking a hit. Hopefully that doesn't happen. You'll draw 2 extra cards, so that's kind of nice. Muscle Band here, 2 of these to boost up the attack damage. And then we have 4 DCEs, 2 Rainbow Energies, as well as 3 of these mentioned Fairy Energies as a Foldstone. Again, these Rainbow Energies can work as a Foldstone as well, but you never know. You might have to do Overdrive Smash, and so that Rainbow Energy can work very well for that right there. And then since we played 2 Rainbow Energies, if you run into a scenario where you have to invest 2 Rainbow Energies onto your Metagross, you can hit for a Guard Press for 80 damage. And maybe if you have a Muscle Band and you're playing against, let's say, a Fairy deck, and they're weak against Metal, you can do a Guard Press and knock out their Xerneas EX, or, Gardevoir EX. I don't know. Yeah, you guys get what I mean. So yeah, this is it for the deck. Let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, we're playing against Silver Pin. It is a fire deck. Oh, that is not good because we are weak to fire types. And now we are going to start off mulling again. And again, we do start off with a Deoxys as well as a Fairy Energy. So that's pretty favorable right there. We do have a Trainer's Mail that we can take a look into. And maybe we can draw something off those top 4 cards and pick something up. But as of right now, we can still go for a close encounter. We've got to wait and see what does my opponent start off with. We see here some, I think these are the Flareon sleeves. Those are really cool. Oh my goodness, we see a Team Magma's Numel right there. Let's go with the roller skates, flipping heads right there. Money. Let's go for Tierno. And this is looking really solid right away. Let's just go ahead. Let's just even go with this. And we have another Tierno, which we can pick up right now. Let's just go for the close encounter, drawing some more cards. We can evolve right away. And oh my goodness, we have everything ready to go. We see a Scorched Earth, no problem. We see a Sycamore, discarding a Shaman, as well as 3 energies and 2 Professor Birch's observations. And we got to make this fast. We just got to not miss a beat right now. We're going to have to knock out this Team Magma's Numel right away and then take care of this Camera Up EX, because right now we are in danger playing against a fire deck because we are fire weak. Alright, so our Deoxys right now can, maybe we can hit for another close encounter, or we can start attacking in turn 2, and I might just start attacking turn 2. We have a Tierno right here. We have Professor's Letter, can draw more cards that way, but for now, I mean, I don't know. It's a little hard to say if I really want to start attacking right away. But all right, let's go with the Tierno right here. We have another Deoxys. Let's go with the Trainer's Mail. We have the VS Seeker right there. All right, let's just do this. Here we go. And all right, let's counter the Stadium. Let's do that right there. Let's go with this right here, and we shall. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna see what I can do. And let's just go ahead. Machine Gun Stomp right away. Now my opponent can hit us for a tumbling attack, and that could actually knock us out if my opponent flips just one heads. If he gets a fire energy and flips just 1 heads, that would be a knockout on the Metagross. Not 1 heads, 2 heads. If he flips 2 heads, flip the coin. This. Oh wait a second. Oh, never mind. It's not one of those. I thought it was those that you flip until you get tails, but never mind. We will survive the turn. Thank goodness. Oh no, we won't survive the turn. We're gonna get hit for an explosive jet right away. Oh, that is just cruel. Okay, well, man, now we got the Lysander off the prizes. That's a little bit tragic. We'll start off right now. We'll just play the Deoxys. Got to play it slow, and looks like my opponent will be able to respond pretty well. So I took a huge risk right there, of course. Blacksmith, knowing that's pretty explosive. We get hit for 200 damage, and my goodness, now my opponent can still knock out this Deoxys as well. Got to watch out for that. And we got a Hex Maniac, which we can play. I think what I want to do, though, I want to play Tierno. I want to see if I can draw into... yes, there it is. Perfect. Alright, let's go with that right there. I'll even play this DC right here. And let's go for the roller skates. Oh my goodness, we flipped heads again. That is amazing. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to play this Deoxys in case this one gets knocked out. That way we can play this one at the very least. And we got another roller skate. Let's go for it. Oh my goodness, we got heads again. Oh, thank goodness. And let's just go for a close encounter right here. We got another Tierno. That is fantastic. We do have a teammates here. That way we can get that rare candy and, evolve into the Metagross right away. way and maybe, just maybe, see what we can do to respond and see if we can knock out this Camerupt EX right here. But for now, my opponent can still knock us out. If he gets a Muscle Band, he can hit Explosive Jet, right? Discard as many fire energies attached to your Pokemon as you like. Now that means it can detach from the Team Magma. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a knockout for sure on this Deoxys. All right, so we got to wait and see what we can do. I think I might just play the teammates right here and go that route. Now, I could play it slow and play the other Deoxys, and you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play it slow. So this Deoxys will get knocked out, and I'm going to promote this. Oh, this is an excellent question. All right, so here's the plan. I'm going to promote this Swirlix right here. Let's go with the teammates. Let's go ahead. We've got the Slurpuff right here. And then let's go and grab a Beldum here as well. All right, so that's great. Let's go with that. And we will bench this right here. We'll evolve that right there. And then we'll evolve this guy right here. And we will play this right here. And let's go with the Tasting. And then let's go with the Switch. And then let's see here. Got a Muscle Band. I'm going to play... yeah, this looks pretty good. All right, let's just go for a Close Encounter. There it is. All right, now my opponent can still Lysander this Metang. That's no problem. We'll just respond right away with this Beldum. We'll play for the teammates, get another rare candy, and then evolve, play the DCE, and see if we can knock this guy out. But my opponent does not play Lysander. We see Professor Birch's Observation instead. So this Deoxys here very likely could get knocked out. My opponent can still get an energy onto this Team Magma's Camerupt here, and then also get an energy, play an energy from her hand or his hand, whoever this person is, and knock out our Deoxys. But we gotta wait and see. Does my opponent do that? And we should be able to get these Metagross here ready to go. We'll get at least 2 of them, and we can respond accordingly to these Camerupt EXs. But that's kind of wishful thinking. We need to get another Beldum going. And, whew, man, lots of stuff happening right here. My opponent plays a Ultra Ball here. Discards Lysander as well as another Scorched Earth. Here comes a Numel. So my opponent's going to attempt to get some more of these Team Magma's Camerupt going. And, yes, we saw right there. Oh, thank goodness my opponent flipped Tails. And that's going to be it. So the question is, so let's evolve right here. Let's go with Tasting. And let's just draw. Oh, no, I wish I had 2 more. What a waste. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's more than enough to knock this guy out. All right, so I'll just go ahead. We'll just do this. We'll retreat. And let's go for the Machine Gun Stomp. Hitting 200 damage on this guy. And we should be on our way. Now we even get a rare candy right here. We can evolve into the Metagross and have a backup attacker play the DCE. And again, my opponent can still... Well, if my opponent has a energy switch, we can still see another tumbling attack. That shouldn't knock us out, though. My opponent can play an energy from his hand and then see an energy switch. Because, yes, just as expected, my opponent did not play the Blacksmith. Opted not to play the Blacksmith right here. And went for the Professor Sycamore instead. So only 2 cards was in my opponent's hand, and my opponent opted to go that route. Now we will be able to knock out this Camerupt EX and go down to 1 prize. And thank goodness there's no such thing as an N. So we gotta, we could probably knock out this guy here. We do have a Hex Maniac that we can play in the next turn. Probably should have played it earlier. I kind of forgot I had the Hex Maniac. Oh wow, we see an Entei over here. And alrighty then, so let's go ahead. We're going to play the Hex Maniac, and let's just go for the Machine Gun Stomp. I actually didn't want to do a Tasting because, I'm already running out. So, yeah, let's just go ahead. We'll just go with the Machine Gun Stomp, and no need to do anything else right here. We'll just knock him out. There it is. There it is. All right, so my opponent does pull something off right now. We should be able to knock out... we should be able to get a Beldum evolved right here. Oh my goodness, my opponent's going to be able to do a Heat Tackle right now. Hit for 260 damage, but that doesn't matter. We're going to just bring out this Beldum here, and we should be able to get the win. And, alright, so My opponent even plays a Battle Compressor. Again, we are down to 7 cards right now. You know, I probably should have played the Fairy Energy on the Slurpuff. That way, when this Metagross gets knocked out, I could have promoted the Slurpuff. But at this point, it really doesn't matter. We are down to 7 cards. You got to be watchful of that, too. You don't want to deck yourself out. And I mean, we're in a very favorable position right now. My opponent plays a Shaman, and again, we played the Hex Maniac, so that doesn't work. At least it shouldn't. And right, yep. So there it is. No more Burning Draft. Shouldn't see that either. And we get hit for 260. My opponent does end up hitting 30 damage to himself or itself, the Entei right here. And okay, so we'll just promote the Deoxys here for flexibility's sake. And here it is. We'll just evolve, and there's that, and we do this, and we retreat. Okay, here we go. Machine Gun Stomp, hit for 230 damage. That's a convincing win right there. Although my opponent did take 3 prizes, we were able to pull off the victory. And those roller skates sure pulled off. Lucky for us, we hit all those heads on those roller skates. Can you believe that? Wow. All right, that was pretty exciting. Anyways, that's one match right there. I don't know how you guys probably want to see another match, don't you? All right, I'll put in one more match, and that'll be it for today. All right, we're playing against Uraguru, and I had such a hard time pronouncing that name. I didn't check to see what kind of energies my opponent's playing. Looks like we will be going second. We failed to win the coin toss, and oh, hey, it is a Mega Ampharos EX deck of some sort. We see Pokemon Center Lady as well as Birch and Sycamore. So we're gonna start off with a Beldum right now. It's not the most favorable start. We do get to draw one more card. We really need to hope to flip heads on this roller skates. This is our only draw card right now. We can still play the Pokemon Fan Club to draw into some more basics, but what we really need is a switch and a Deoxys. If we do that, we are in great shape. Great shape. And wow, my opponent's got Larvesta right here. We see Zapdos as well. And so far, all we saw, my opponent plays a Professor Birch's Observation. So here we go. Let's go for the roller skates. Come on. Oh my goodness, those tails. Are you kidding me? And we are weak to fire. This is no good. Let's go with the Pokemon Fan Club right here. And we'll get the Swirlix and the Deoxys out. That's probably the best choice. We're gonna perhaps even burn. We're gonna have to burn this right now. I'm just gonna retreat, and we need to start doing some close encounters. So we're gonna leave the Deoxys right here. We'll play the Rainbow Energy again. If my opponent wants to attack, you know, we'll get the Lucky Helmet. That should be really nice for us. And so right here we see the Escape Rope, and oh man, we're gonna have to bring out the Swirlix. Hopefully we can play the Slurpuff with Tasting and draw into 2 more cards. Man, I really wanted to attack right now, but so let's go ahead. Let's see. Oh, well, we got Hex Maniac. That's kind of nice. Well, this is quite slow. I did not intend it to be this way. And let's just go for the Hex Maniac, and then we will end the turn. So, you know, my opponent doesn't really use abilities. I just kind of want to get rid of it anyways. I could have just kept it in my hand because, you know, it would have fueled up the Machine Gun Stomp. But, I don't know. I just thought, you never know. My opponent may play Shaman, right? Could play Shaman EX, could do anything like that. So, and that's it. My opponent passes the turn. We'll evolve right here. Let's go for a Tasting, and... wow, this is quite tragic. Oh, quite tragic indeed. Alright, so... Alright, let's go with that. We will... man, we'll end the turn. In the next turn, we'll do a Tasting again, and then we'll probably retreat into the Deoxys. Probably could just retreat into the Metagross and knock out this Larvesta here. That's not a bad choice. We do have a rare candy that we ended up not using. Because, you know, my opponent's playing at a slow pace, and we're kind of playing at a... Oh, no, here's the Valcorona. Now we have to deal with that. Off that shot, my opponent was able to get this guy. Now my opponent's up and running, able to get some more Pokemon to play. We should see the Ampharos EX with 2 energies accelerating, getting things powered up and ready to go. So we have to deal with the Ampharos EX now. And this is a very slow start for us. We have another Deoxys here. Let's go ahead and do a Tasting. Okay, so... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. We can hit for 100. That would be a knockout, you know. All right, I guess so. Let's just go for it. There it is. I'll just knock out this Valcorona, and gotta wait and see this. If my opponent has a DCE, that would be very, very problematic. Yeah, but we gotta wait and see. Does my opponent have the DCE? And if not, we may be able to survive the turn. I mean, well, of course we'll survive the turn, but oh no, there's the DCE. My goodness. We even see a Steven right here, searching for a supporter and a basic energy. Not that it really matters for my opponent. My opponent already played the energy for the turn. We're going to get hit for 100. This attack is affected by weakness, resistance, or anything. Oh, no. Well, alrighty then. Here comes a Sycamore, Professor Sycamore, into my opponent's hand. We do have a Lucky Helmet, which we can play for the next turn. Probably play an energy onto the Deoxys. And, yeah. Oh, man. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. Let's go for tasting. We have this right here. We'll trade this for 2 more cards, I guess. And put some more pressure. Let's see here. Oh, we can go for a Pokemon fan club. That's actually very nice. Let's do that right there. Let's see. Do we have another Slurpuff? We do. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. Alright, so let's go with this. And at the very least, we should be able to get another Beldum going. And let's go with the Machine Gun Stomp. Hit for 100 damage. Like I said, in the next turn, we should be able to just promote the... oh, wow, my opponent even gets a Rough Seas right there. Does my opponent Mega Evolve right now? That is the question. So, at the very least, we still have the Rare Candy and the Metagross. Of course, we'll be downsizing our hand quite a bit. We'll be able to get 2 more cards off of the Lucky Helmet, plus another card from the Tasting. We don't have, you know, Floatstone in the standard format, so we can't play that on the Slurpuff and get 2 more cards. And we don't have an energy on the Slurpuff, nor do we have Fairy Garden, so we can't take that advantage either. And we really need to get this DCE dropped onto the Metagross when we evolve it to be able to knock out this Ampharos. And there it is, my opponent knocks... Oh wow, we get a switch! That's actually pretty nice. So my opponent knocks out the Metagross. I'm actually going to promote the Slurpuff now, and should be able to draw in some more cards. Let's do that right here. We do draw in some more cards. Oh wow, we even get the Rare Candy. Here's this right here. And let's go with that. Confirm. Let's see. We gotta play this right here, and we'll play the switch. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that should be a knockout on this Ampharos. I'm gonna hang on to the rest of this right here. I could play the Beldum right now. Actually, I'm gonna do that, and we'll play this right here. Get the Metagross, and could play the Pokemon Fan Club for the next turn. Could try to go and be a little more risky, you know. But yeah, okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna grab this guy here. All right, let's do that. Okay, so this will be for the next turn. We should be all set. And so Machine Gun Stomp. We're just a little bit short. Shucks. Should have got the Muscle Band. That's right. Should have got the Muscle Band. Well, my opponent gets in the Valcorona here. That was a huge misplay, and I totally accept that. I didn't calculate the math properly. Should have got the Muscle Band. If I did, that would have been able to get the job done. Doesn't really matter. We will survive the turn. Should be able to knock out this Ampharos unless my opponent Mega Evolves, and then we're gonna have to find a way to capitalize on that. So as of right now, we should be able to, at the very least, knock out this Ampharos, assuming my opponent doesn't play like, you know, a bunch of potions and then Mega Evolve, Spirit Link, Mega Evolve, and stuff like that. This Ampharos here should go down, right? That's 4 energies on my side, my opponent's side of the field. Lost right there. Here is a Ampharos Spirit Link right there, so we might have to deal with a Mega Ampharos pretty soon, maybe coming into the next turn. So that's something to look out for. I'm assuming this Valcorona here can still do a Solar Birth, but since the Ampharos EX already came out, shouldn't expect to see that. Now, my opponent plays an energy on a Zapdos that's a little peculiar. We could see a Raging Thunder, and there it is, hitting us for 100 damage. Let's just go for a Tasting right here, and again, we have the Rare Candy, we have lots of stuff right now. I'm just going to play the energy. We're going to play it slow. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, of course, that's going to be a knockout. Certainly a knockout. All right, so the question is, what do I want to play right now? I think I'm going to play this guy at the very least. And I'm going to hang on to everything else. So here we go. Let's just go for the Machine Gun Stomp. And that should be a knockout right there. Taking 2 prizes. And we're on our merry way. Now, I could have played the Lucky Helmet on this Metagross. Assuming my opponent's going to knock us out right here. 120, that's going to deal a ton of damage on this Metagross. But we should be able to respond. We can play this energy on here. We can do the rare candy. And so on and so forth. So we see a VS Seeker. That could definitely go for another Pokemon fan club, Shauna, could just about anything. Oh, it goes for the Steven. I'm assuming opponent needs that basic energy to play onto the Zapdos to be able to hit us for that Raging Thunder. Gotta wait and see what does my opponent do besides Raging Thunder. Ooh, we see the Lysander. That's maybe going out for one of these Beldums right now, but we should be able to respond accordingly. And again, we might be even able to get another Metagross going, so I'm going to look forward to that. We see a Mountain Ring. That's interesting. My opponent won't be able to do damage to my bench now. It does. Won't be able to do damage to his own bench. Man, I don't ever use the Zapdos, so I'm not really familiar with them. All right, I'd be totally bloody honest right there. All right, let's go with this. Let's go with the tasting. And let's go with that right there. Let's go with rare candy right here. And let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're a little bit short. Let's go roller skates. Come on! Oh, those tails! Are you kidding me? And All right. Well, let's go with Tierno. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, that should be enough to knock out the Zapdos. I'm not going to take any chances here with these stinking roller skates. Maybe in the next turn I will. But for now, we're going to go with what guarantees us the knockout. And so we will just finish off that Zapdos. We have the Ampharos here. Well, Ampharos EX coming up. Oh, never mind. It's the Volcarona. We could see another Solar Birth. We should be able to knock out this Volcarona, no problem. And we'll play the Muscle Band onto the Metagross, and boost up the attack a little bit more. Otherwise, right now, we could shuffle in some more Pokemon, that's for sure, since, we are running a little bit short. 2 Metagrosses are already in the discard pile. My opponent plays a Professor Birch's Observation, flipping heads, getting 7 more cards. Looks like my opponent's going to be chasing after that energy drop and to see if he can power up another one of these Ampharos EXs perhaps. Never mind, we see the energy drop on the Ampharos EX instead. We don't have a Lysander in the discard pile. If we did, I probably could have gone for that, but we could still try to dig it out by playing Trainer's Mail and also these roller skates. And here it is. My opponent wants to drag out perhaps the Deoxys. We'll go with that. We can still retreat with the Deoxys. And all my opponent wants to do is avoid the Metagross right now. So we get hit for 0. The Thunder Rod, look at the top 4 cards. So there it is. And alright, so here we go. Let's go for the tasting right there. And let's go with the Trainer's Mail. We do get, we got a Fairy Garden. That's great. So that means we can retreat without burning the energy. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not quite enough, and that's it. My opponent concedes the match. Oh man, there it is. So I had a couple of misplays for sure, but we were able to pull off the win. And alrighty then, that certainly was a joy to play. And yeah, those roller skates, sometimes they're hit and miss. But alright, I'm pretty much done for today. I'm pretty tired as of right now, and so. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for being a part of this channel, being a part of this journey, and you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.